Assalamu alaikum. Hello viewers, welcome again to my YouTube channel. I am Mr. MK. Today I would like to take you through variation. Under variation we are going to discuss about joint variation. Now let's do this question together. Three quantity P, Q and R such that P varies directly as the square of Q. P varies directly as the square of Q and inversely as the square root of R. Given that P is equals to 20 when Q is 5 and R is equals to 9. Find the value for P when Q is 7 and R is 25. Now, how do you go this solution? Let's sketch. P varies directly as the square of Q. P varies directly as the square of Q. P varies directly as the square of Q and inversely as the square root of R. Now let's say P varies directly as the square of Q. Q multiplied by 1 is Q squared over square root of R. Now we remove the proportionality sign, we replace with equal sign to introduce constant. Now P is equals to K Q squared divided by the square root of R. P is equals to K Q squared over the square root of R. Now we said given that P, the value for P here we have 20, Q we have as 5 and the R we have 9. Now we replace with this. Now the value for P is 20 is equals to K, which we don't have. Q squared is 5 squared divided by the square root of 9 is square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 9 is 3. Now we say 20 is equals to 5 squared is 25. Now 25 times K is 25K. 25K over 3. Now you cross multiply. 20 times 3 is 60 is equals to 25K. If I want to remain with K alone, I just say divide by 25, both sides, divide by 25. 25 will cancel with 25. The value for K will be now 60 divided by 25. 60 divided by 25, which will be 2.4. Now, the value for K is 2.4. If you have a constant as 2.4, now you are going to form what is called connecting equations. You are going to form connecting equation. We replace with now, we say now P is equals to K, which is 2.4 Q squared over square root of R. Now this one is called connecting equations. This is called connecting equations. This is called connecting equation. Now, if you have a connecting equation, it is easier for you to get the value for P. Find the value for P when you have a connecting equation. It is easy for you to get the value for P. Now let's say P here we don't have. Let's say P is equals to 2.4 times Q squared. Q here is 7. 7 squared is 49. Divide by r is 25. Square root of r is 25. 25. Square root of 25 is 5. Let's say 2.4 times 2.4 times 49 divided by 5, which is 23.52. The value for P is 23.52. That was the value for P. The value for P will be now 23.52. That is, I think that was 3 marks. Let's do this one also. It is similar, but it is different. If Q increases by 20% and R decreases by 36%, find the percentage in P. Find the percentage in P. How do you go? Solution. Let new Q1 be Q, which was the original Q. Let new Q be Q. Now for this case, let new Q be Q. For this case, the new Q will be now 20%. Increase by 20%. What do you mean? Increase by 20%, meaning that if it is initially 100%, it is increased by 20%, meaning that the value for new Q will be 120. Now the new Q will be 100. The new Q will be 120 divided by 100, meaning that 20% increase by 20%, meaning that 120 divided by 100 of the original Q. This was the new Q, this was the original Q. New Q will be now, you divide 0 cancel with 0, 0, that is 1.2. Now new Q will be 1.2 of original Q, 1.2 of original Q. And R decreases by 36%, and R decreases by 36%. Let new R1 be original R. Let new R1 be original R. That is how you go. Let's, for this case, R decreases by 36%, meaning that initially it is 100%, but it is decreased by 36. For that case, you take 100 minus 36, which will be 64. Now new R will be 64%, 64 divided by 100, which will be, the new R will be now 0.64 of original R. This was the new R and this was the original R. Let new R will be 0.64. Now for this case here, now the question says find the percentage in P. How do you find the percentage of P? Remember, initially first we said that the value for P is equals to KQ squared over the square root of R. Now let new P, our new P will be this way. Let's get our new p will be, we use this one. Let new p is equals to k is equals to k q new q over the square root of new r. The square root of new r. We replace with everything that we have. The new q will be 120. Now for that case we replace with this one. Now p1, that was the original new p. New p is equals to k new q will be over r new r, which is r1. Now how do you get the new p? Now new p is equals to k into bracket. Now new q will be 1.2 squared. I forgot, sorry, 1.2 squared. Now the new q will be now 1.2, close the bracket, 1.2 q squared, 1.2 q squared, 1.2 q squared divided by new r. New r will be 0.64. 0.64. The new r will be 0.64. The new r will be 0.64. That was the new r. Now from there, now new p will be now 1.2 squared. 1.2 squared will be 1.2 squared is now 1.44. 1.44 k q squared. Q is squared. Here is q. Here is q. Q squared. Q squared divided by, here is square root of 0.68 will be, square root will be 0.8 square root of new r. That was the square root of new r. Square root of 0.684, square root of 0.64 will be 0.8. Now I think it is similar to k q squared over the square root of r. I think you see original p, it is similar here. Here we say original p will be k q squared over the square root of r. Now wherever you have k q squared over the square root of r, we replace with original p. Now let's first divide 1.44 divided by 0.8 to get the new p. You say 1.44 divided by 0.8. That is 1.8. 1.8. Now the new p will be, now the new p is 1.8. 1.8 of original p. We say that k q squared over the square root of r is just similar to this k q squared over the square root of r, meaning that it is similar. Now wherever we have, we replace with the original p. P1 is equals to 1.8 p. K q squared over the square root of r, we replace with the original p. Now how do you get the change in p now? How do you get the change in p? Change in p, you take the original p minus p. You take the original p, which is 1.8 p minus p. 1.8 p. The original p is 1.8 minus p, which is the same as 1.8 minus 1. Minus p is just the same as minus 1. 1.8 minus 1, which will give you 0.8. Which will give you 0.8 p. But the question says find the percentage in P. Find the percentage in P. How do you get the percentage in P now? The percentage in P, we just say 0.8 over the original P multiplied by 100%. Now the P will cancel with P. 0.8 times 100, which will be 80%. Now for this case here, the P increases by 80%. P increases by 80%. I think you see, if the value increases, the value it is positive, but if it is a negative, meaning that that value is decreasing. But if it is positive like this, the value is increasing, meaning that P increases by 80%. Thank you for watching, and if it is your first time to watch this video, don't forget to share and subscribe, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.